Today, we're going to learn how to create agents in Notion that are helpful for project management, task management, and reporting. First, we have to create a database and fill it out with properties. After filling out our database and our properties, we need to add new views that are going to be used by our agents. The goal of our agents will be 1. To brief us every morning with our to-dos, and 2. To report status updates to our superiors and leadership each and every day. So the first view we're going to create is going to be called briefs, and the second one is going to be reports. In order to filter each view, we're going to want to add tags to each of our tasks and entries into this database so that our agents know what they're looking at. To do this, we're going to have to turn this database into a task database. You can do this by going to Settings, clicking More, and Turn into Task Database. Once we've done that, you'll see that Tags is an option, so we'll go ahead and edit those to reflect the values that we need. Now that we've completed that, it's important to filter our views so that they only reflect the values that we want in them. For briefs, that would be the tag brief, and for reports, that would be the tag report. Now it's time to create our agents. To do this, we'll navigate to the left-hand side, and since we have a specific vision for what we want this agent to do, we're going to create a blank agent. Majestic Strategist is a phenomenal name, but we want something more identifiable. Let's go with Briefs Agent. Now that we have a name, we're going to add instructions. At the top, you'll see an overview, kind of defining the purpose of each agent. You'll see the workflow that the agent is to execute on. You'll also notice that we have a placeholder in here for now. We haven't created our second agent yet, but the ultimate goal is to have our briefs agent notify our reporting agent when it needs to be active. And then you'll see the specific actions below that. For each output of this agent, you'll see that we have brief writing instructions. It is to follow these specifically so that we have a templatized and predictable output every time this agent runs. You'll also see that we included style instructions to keep everything uniform. Now that that's done, we can go ahead and grant access to our task database for this agent. On to the next one. Time to create our reporting agent. Just like before, we're going to add our instructions. Similarly, you'll see that this is broken down section by section, starting with the overall purpose of the agent, when the reporting agent is to create a report, as well as what to do when a task status changes. In the daily report section at the bottom, you'll see that we have an explicit instruction to set the assignee property to Dennis Kyle. This way, we can ensure that he gets notified of any important status changes since yesterday when he logs in for work every morning. Now that we've finalized our instructions, it's time to set up a new trigger for our agent. To do this, we're going to just click Add New Trigger, and we want this thing to fire every morning at 8 a.m. Similarly, we want the same for our briefs agent, every day at 8 a.m. Now that we've completed building both of our agents, we can go back to our briefs agent and tag our reporting agent in the instructions so that it's notified every single time a new brief is created. Now it's time to test it. Let's ask for today's brief. You can see in the top left in our inbox that we have a notification. and that's a good thing. And there we have it. Let's click and make sure everything worked as intended. We can see that I have 2 top priorities for today: set a meeting to discuss a contract and follow up with a prospect. Each of those priorities has a short section explaining why it matters today, what needs to be completed, and recommended actions to help get me started. As you can see in the top left, the agent did a good job adding the brief to our briefs view in our task database. Now it's time to check on our reporting agent and see if it followed suit. And there it is. A succinct list of status updates and any relevant changes for Dennis to review. The only thing left to do is ensure that our automations for 8 a.m. every day are working as intended. Okay, it's now Monday morning, and it's time to check and see if our agents did what they were supposed to and created a brief and a report this morning. Let's check on our briefs. And there you have it. Same style, same format, fully completed, and assigned to the reporting agent. Let's go check on the reports view and make sure everything looks good there too. As you can see, we did not have a productive Saturday or Sunday, but the agent is functioning as intended. And that's it. We've been able to create a project management workflow automated with AI agents and Notion to help me get my day started with the priorities that matter most, and to keep my boss in the loop of progress and status changes as things continue. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Positive Results. We would absolutely love to hear from you.